And good evening. Yes, it is only the end of September, but we are talking about fall weather and we're talking about sweaters for early tomorrow and things like that. We could easily be talking about 90s at this point in the year, but instead we get treated to this nice stretch of fall weather that's starting really today and really last night and then lasting for a really long time all the way into the weekend and into next week. This is not one of those 1 or 2 day cool downs where it just warms right back up again. This is a nice stretch that we'll have for several days. So yeah, think about not only tomorrow's sweater, but maybe the one for the next day and the next day too. Our temperatures already are in the upper 50s for those of you on the North Shore and low 60s south of the lake, still 70 or so right along the coast. And our winds are much calmer now than they were last night and during the day today. So that is going to allow temperatures to drop in what we call radiational cooling. When it's clear and when there's less wind, temperatures are able to drop more efficiently. So for our wake up forecast, North Shore lows will be about 51. Some spots may actually scrape the upper 40s perhaps briefly right around sunrise, and then you'll be back to the 50s. But I think our low will be close to 50 for those of you North Shore. South of the lake, we'll say upper 50s. Less wind, our winds from the north, either calm or just barely coming in about 2 to 5 or so miles per hour. And here are those forecast lows for early tomorrow. So all the way north and then closer to the coast, we may have mainly middle to upper 60s perhaps if you're right along the coast. Tomorrow, a little warmer than what we had today, maybe just by a degree or two. And also it will not be as breezy, so it may feel a tad warmer, but 79 and sunshine still looks like a pretty great day to me. We hang on to the low humidity. Dew point temperatures, which at this point in the year can be way into the 70s. That would be the higher numbers, meaning more humid and muggier at the surface. Those have dropped into the 40s, and now they're sitting in the 50s tonight in the New Orleans area and north of the lake. So that is nice dry air with that low humidity continuing. Our forecast for tomorrow looking again fairly spectacular. Our temperatures this evening or tomorrow evening will be dropping through the 70s and eventually getting into the 60s. And this is the cold front that we're looking at right now. Now notice here's the U.S. Dry air is in the purples and blues. The more humid, moist air, tropical air mass is in the oranges and yellows. And watch what happens. Here's this front that we've had move through. Here's another front coming early Friday to keep things nice into the weekend. And then here is yet another front sliding through on Monday. So these are going to set us up for that long stretch. That's why we're seeing this long stretch as opposed to just a really short little cool down of the nice fall weather. And then another thing that those fronts do besides continuing the nice weather is keeping tropical moisture to the south. So there is an area here, a little wave here will cross into the western Caribbean Sea, although there's nothing there yet. But this is the area for potential formation. And there is a medium chance from the National Hurricane Center for that to happen. Maybe a depression, possibly tropical storm Gamma forming by this weekend. That would be the rough time frame. Now, looking at the Euro model, I've shown you GFS, Euro, different things throughout the course of the past day or so. But here's the Euro showing a bit of low pressure beginning to spin up near Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula and then maybe getting into the Bay of Campeche. But here is the dry weather, that dry air that we've been talking about all the way into the middle of next week along the Gulf Coast. So we'll watch it. Certainly something to watch. We'll keep you updated. But at this point, it doesn't look like we'll have to deal with big effects from that. That could change. We'll keep our eye on it and keep you updated. You may notice outside with these gorgeous, clear, cool nights, the full moon. It's not full yet. It will be on Thursday night. And then there's another one on October 31st. So that's 2 full moons in the month of October. And the second one, when that happens, is referred to as a blue moon. So we do have that coming up on Halloween. And then also Mars. Very easy to see, super obvious, the bright orangey star. If you look off to the east, it's a great time to view it as it will be the closest to Earth on October 6th and at peak brightness on the 16th and not as large appearing until 2035. So in 15 years, it'll look as nice as it does right now. All the month of October would be good to view it, by the way. 7-day forecast, lots of sun, cool mornings, and those cool downs just keep coming to keep things comfortable way into next week.
Coming up in sports.